Oh,
There.
we haven't transitioned yet. We're one of the few.
Yep. It's Saturday night. I've got a glass ready. It's time for some bourbon and boarding.
It is. I'm back. I have no bourbon though, because as usual with traveling, I came back with some kind of bug. This
Yep.
is my
Every time I've seen you travel.
every frickin' time. So I'm on pure water.
Oh, that looks like water on the rocks.
It's water on the rocks. Yes, it's just so inevitable at this point. I'm going to
Right.
pick. I I'd prefer if I got sick and then went there, you know. But then I'd come back okay. But
Come back feeling better.
yes, but it's yes, it's. But other than that, it's good to be home. Thank you for continuing in my absence. I'm sure the show was a lot better for it, to be honest.
We had some fun shows.
Yeah, good.
We had a good time.
Yes.
But yeah, glad you're back. Chad may still be joining us tonight. I'm not sure. I think he was waiting to see if you were back or not.
Okay.
But,
Well, you should still join us.
I told him he can.
My voice might give out after an hour. But, yes. Well, yeah. Good. Well, thank you to him for stepping in, and thank you to everybody for being here tonight. I can see a bunch of people in the chat already, which is awesome. So good to see you all. What's been happening in my absence? I was so out of touch. It was unbelievable.
Well, you've got
7
teams that I don't think anybody was expecting to leading
Capitals.
in both of the in both of the conferences.
Washington Capitals still and without Ovechkin.
Yeah, but after he broke his leg, he's already back skating and looks like he's ready to return any moment now.
Wow.
Which is
So
crazy.
it couldn't have been much of a break then. Where did you just scratch it or something?
I don't know. They had originally said 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know how it's 2 weeks later and he's back on skates doing whatever the hell he wants.
They'll do anything to break that record.
Yeah, well, he was doing a pretty good job before he went down. So,
so if he limps while he skates, though, we'll know he's come back too soon.
Yeah.
Can you limp while you skate? Yes.
Steps over the sidewalls and just ankle snaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, the 7-hour time difference is quite
jarring.
It's quite jarring. Yeah. I mean, there was only one Stars game that was on in any kind of time that I might have been able to watch it, and the Wi-Fi in the hotel I was in was so crap that I gave up in the end. So
yeah,
so I just read some news and watched some highlights in the morning. But yeah, it's the world continued without me. How bizarre!
How bizarre! How bizarre!
Yeah, I was quite annoyed because I had an opportunity. Well, not annoyed. I could have gone to a Glasgow Clan game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they only play Fridays and Saturdays, and that was the weekend I was spending with my grandchildren up in the Highlands. So I couldn't go to that in Glasgow. I was peeved. What is it with these? Is this a part-time league in the UK?
Right.
It's like, what? You just play Friday night? Was it a beer league?
And
Jesus.
And every week it's a back-to-back?
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I had a ridiculously good day bourbon hunting today, so I'm gonna
choice.
open up one of the good ones. So I got 2 of these today, 2 Eagle Rares.
Oh yeah.
I found 2 of the big Buffalo Trace tankers, so I've got 2 more of those now.
Very
I
nice.
found a Weller Special Reserve, which I haven't seen very often, and another bottle of Sazerac. So $230 later, I've got the full lineup of Buffalo Trace again.
Very nice.
So,
For the moment, yes.
yes, Eagle Rare will last until my dad gets here, I think, for Christmas.
For the moment.
So that's what I'm having tonight. Just some
Indeed.
lovely Eagle Rare.
Well, cheers with my water.
Cheers.
I didn't even really bring any whiskey back
No,
because, first of all, you're only allowed 750 milliliters in Canada.
Which
It's
is
funny,
one
going the other
bottle.
way, you can take 4 liters of spirits into the UK. Coming back this way, you're only allowed like basically 1 bottle. And I did bring a bottle back, but it's a bottle that I'm going to auction because it's quite a rare one from a closed distillery that I'd left over there. So I retrieved that. So I'm not even going to drink it. So that was all I could bring back, which is rather annoying. All those great whiskies. I could
You
just
couldn't even, well, yeah, and because you're not going through the U.S., you're not getting to hit the duty free, are you?
No, I could hit the duty free coming out of the UK into Canada. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We are,
but they
the
only
2 are
allow
not
the
the
one
same
bottle
country.
still?
Sorry?
But they still only allow the 1 bottle, so it's
Well,
just...
it's the Canadian thing that you can only take like 1 bottle, really. So,
well, when we annex you in the next few months and make you a state...
That's right. I've seen the meme. I'm looking out over
It wasn't a meme. He said it to him.
Well, it's
He
true.
told Trudeau that.
Well, I mean, there should be no duty thing over the border. In fact, years ago, I believe, according to my good lady wife, who was born and brought up in Montreal, they used to just drive over the border, no problem. There wasn't even an ID required, and buy and bring back whatever the hell they wanted.
Right.
Back in the 70s or whatever. Well, those days are gone. Justin allows us 1 bottle.
They even had an episode of That 70s Show that I think they did that because you could drink at a younger age in Canada.
Oh, yes.
So they would drive across the border, go get all the alcohol, and then come back across the border.
That's right. Yeah. It was just annoying whenever you went out in Canada in a border town, they'd be full of pesky
18 and 19 and 20
Americans
getting drunk. Right.
We've got enough of our own pesky teenagers getting drunk without importing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
should we check scores?
We should. Let's do that. Let's do it. I haven't hidden Chad on this one.
That's fine.
So there is only 1 game still going, and I've got it on over here. And annoyingly enough, the Oilers are winning 2-0 against the Blues. Although either way, I want both of them to lose, which is tough. Tough to achieve.
Not unexpected though.
Yeah.
The Oilers being up a couple.
In fact,
they seem to have righted their ship again.
They do. They're very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Very annoying. So I said duty. Did I say duty? I said duty. Duty to the booty. Hello, DJ Play Nice. Thank you for dropping by. What else did we get? The Flyers. I'm sure we'll be playing some torts.
Yeah.
Flyers. I think they were 3-0 up in that game.
We've had a few games like that in the last week.
Yeah. They contrived to lose 4-3. In
overtime.
In overtime, yes. The hapless Sabres got beaten yet again, this time by the gloriously named Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the Sabres a little bit. That game against the Avs was an interesting one.
Wild and crazy game. The thing about Utah is, and I know that one wasn't in Utah, is I find myself watching their games wondering where the SUV is in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, where is that? Where's that? Where is my automobile? Jets 4, Blackhawks 2. Jets have had a bit of an up and down time, but they're still winning some games.
Well, after that torrid start,
Yes.
I mean, they had to come back to earth a little bit. Hellebuck's still doing Vesna level goalieing, though.
Yeah.
So as long as they've got him, they've got probably the best chance in the league to beat almost any other team.
Yeah, as you say, they come back to Earth, but Earth is not a
Still
bad
only
place
8
to
losses.
be. And that's right, not a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Stars did manage to beat them though, which was good. Stars are on this win 2, lose 2 streak right now. You know.
Yeah, the Avs are doing a little bit of that too.
Yeah, in our desperate desire to be as average as we can be.
Yes. And
Hey,
our goal
played all right though.
and in our case, our goalie to be as horrible as he can be instead of as average as he could be.
Well, he didn't play that well against us last time, but
no, and he didn't play well against Buffalo either.
Oh dear!
But we have a new goalie in Colorado now
Oh,
for
you
backup.
do?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that trade?
No, I did not.
Yeah, we swapped with Nashville. We've got Wedgwood now, and
Oh,
Justus Annunen is now in Nashville.
You know how you properly spell Wedgwood? It's you replace the E's with a 3. He's guaranteed
Well, that's
to lose
better than
3.
Forgiev.
You've improved by 1.
Yes, that is an improvement. But yeah, Wedgwood's name, I think, on Instagram is Wedgewall.
Wedgewall, that's right. We call him Wedgewall. Yeah, lovely guy, and could play well, but he's been a backup for a reason. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, slightly better than you may have already. Hurricanes lost 4-3 to the Islanders.
Who and scored all 4 goals in the second period for the Islanders.
Period. Yeah. Crazy. And the poor old Sharks.
That game pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Bob going in goal. He's got a shutout going into the final minute and 40 seconds or something like that. And a penalty gets called.
Yeah.
So then the Sharks, even though they're down 3-0, they decide to pull the goalie and have a 6-on-4 and end up busting my shutout with Bob with 1:20 left in the game or something like that.
I forgot about that because I've got him in a different league and that's cost me there too.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. It was that close to a shutout.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Sadness, heartache, pain. Such is the life of hockey.
We all know I need the points in fantasy.
That's right. So the Caps, the surprise team of the Metro, the Caps, yet another win. Not surprising that's against the Canadians, of course, who are, I guess, taking Patrick Laney on didn't help them. But
well, he scored in back-to-back games, but yeah.
And it's cost Caulfield didn't get a Four Nations call.
No, he did not. Yeah. He's one of the 2 big surprises. I thought Tage Thompson and Caulfield would have probably been selected, but don't know who you leave out either. So
that's true. Nashville continued their spectacular run, getting beat again by the Senators, which is so they're getting beat by average teams now.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, it's terrible given I've got Saros as one of my goalies. But Avs managed to destroy the Red Wings 2-1.
Yeah, it was a rather uneventful game.
Yeah.
The funny thing with Nashville now, though, is both of their goaltenders are nicknamed Juice.
Juice, yeah.
Because Justus Annunen goes by Juice, so they decided to separate the names by one will be Big Juice and one will be Little Juice.
One is Juice and one is Juicier.
Yeah. So Annunen is Big Juice.
Big Juice. Yes. It still won't help, but never mind. So Avs, 2-1 win against the Wings. The Leafs, it's surprised this. The Penguins beating them 5-2 surprised me. But Penguins have not been great, but
no, but they're sitting just below 500.
Yeah. And I guess this is not a bad result. The Kings beating the Wild 4-1 is probably good for both our teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather the Kings come up than the Wild go up more.
Indeed. So that was tonight's scores. Just a quick peek at the standings, and we'll look at our fantasy and then play some clips. So Panthers still looking pretty good. Leafs, despite the loss tonight, that's 2 losses, but still not too bad. The Bruins have picked up quite a bit though, so I guess getting rid of it.
I guess the coaching change is working.
It seems to be.
It's so weird that you get rid of somebody that good in the coaching position and they actually get by with playing better.
It is the weirdest thing, isn't it? It's strange. Oh, the Oilers have just scored a third goal on the power.
So 3-0.
Yeah. So
Tampa Bay is a bit surprising that they're sitting at the best goal differential in that division, but sitting in 4th place.
Yeah.
That tells me there's probably been some blowout games that are padding a little bit of that.
Could be, yeah. Speaking of Montgomery, I just saw his face there because he is coaching the Blues now, of course.
Yep.
He's looking just as happy as he was at Boston. But the top 4 there are not unexpected.
Not a surprise.
Yeah. However, Caps, I honestly thought they were into a slump and a rebuild, but clearly not.
No, they're looking good. Devils are looking about where we thought they would be. Hurricanes are coming back up. And the big question mark is the Rangers. They are looking to make some more moves after getting rid of their captain. What, 2 days ago? 3 days ago?
That is right. So Jacob Trouba went to the Ducks.
Yep.
Now, is this like a money rebuild thing, or?
Well, I mean, they're too good to be calling it a rebuild, and they then signed Shesterkin to the largest goalie contract in the league. So it was clearing out some money for that, I believe, and then I think they've got enough cap space to still pick up a player or two.
Yeah.
The amazing thing is Anaheim's so bad, and yet they were willing to take on Trouba's whole salary. The Rangers did not have to retain any of his salary.
Wow.
So they fleeced him.
Yep.
But they also did Trouba pretty dirty. I mean,
well,
he had a trade. He had a modified no trade clause. They basically said, well, you can, either waive the trade clause or we're putting you on waivers. So even though he had it in his contract, they basically blackmailed him into, no, you don't get to have the no trade clause that we gave you in your contract. We will just put you on waivers if you don't waive it or don't waive the no trade.
I believe as well that his wife had a good job in New York, and it's a bit of a pisser.
That was part of the reason he was wanting to stay there.
Yeah, he didn't want to move. So I guess there's going to be some hard feelings there.
Well, and I would be upset if I heard from a player that part of the reason that he wanted to continue playing there was just so his wife didn't have to change jobs. I mean, that doesn't seem like the greatest of motivations for you to be the captain of a team is, well, I'm sticking around just because my wife has a good job and we don't want to upset that at all.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird pro sports mentality to have.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a problem.
The only thing you should be thinking about is, I want to win a cup.
Yes. Then I will let my wife handle it afterwards.
Yeah.
The cup, that is.
I'm pretty sure he's making enough money that he doesn't really have to be concerned about his wife's job at the moment.
Indeed, he should just divorce her right now.
Damn straight.
So Shesterkin, yeah, largest goaltender contract in history.
Yep.
8
So the
years.
goalie market has reset again for the second time
Yeah,
this season.
8 years at 11.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the thing. Quite the thing.
So yeah, that's we're gonna see a lot of stuff happening with New York over the next few weeks, I think, because they're not playing up to expectations. I mean, you dump your captain basically for nothing.
Yep.
But you also don't have to keep any of the salary, which means that they can wheel and deal a little bit over the next
And I'm sure
couple
they'll
of
get.
weeks.
I'm sure they've got a bit of drawing power, so they'll get something. But
And there's already been some rumors that they may be going after Miller.
JT Miller.
There was a rumor that they were trying to get a swing and trade for Brady Kachuk, but I think their GM came out and said, "Yeah, that's not happening. That's just somebody making up stuff, wishful thinking."
Yeah, we could trade them. I don't know, Jason Robertson. What will you give us in return? That's good enough. There you go.
But there's going to be some headhunting going on down in Anaheim because Gudis and Truba on the same team.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, so it's going to be like tag teaming. They'll be tag teaming people.
It'll be the Mighty Ducks, the two guys that beat everybody up.
Yeah, it's quite the headhunters. But so in the Central Division, luckily the Wild. The Wild and the Jets still quite a distance ahead of Stars and Avs. Jets won 2 in a row. Unfortunately, the Stars, after having a good run, have lost the last two. I guess we should have expected them to lose in Vegas because it's very tough to beat those officials.
Right.
Very tough. And it was the officials that decided the game. God knows
it's like
why.
Kansas City in the NFL.
Exactly. I was a bit peeved at that. Maybe being jet lagged didn't help, but I was pretty grumpy about it.
Well, the refs know what the betting line is that they placed since they're in Vegas. So,
but what's fascinating is that only the top 3 teams there have got a plus goal differential, and quite a good one.
Yeah.
Everything below that's pretty poor.
Well, and that's what we've been saying about the Avs is the goaltending is that bad. Because the Avs are still one of the top scoring teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
They just can't outrun the holes that Georgiev keeps putting them in.
Well, yeah, 91 goals for would put them second after the Jets. Yeah, so.
I mean, you're talking about like the Buffalo game. We've got a couple clips from it, but the Buffalo game, Georgiev goes in, lets in 4 goals on the first 7 shots, 3 goals on the first 4 shots.
Yeah.
They pull him, put in Wedgwood. Wedgwood wasn't even going to play because they were trying to let him settle in, and he had just like flown in, I think that day, trying to get everything taken care of over here. Wedgwood throws a shutout for the rest of the game. Avs come back from 4-0 to win 5-4 in regulation.
Crazy.
Yeah. But it's all, in my mind, it's all they don't feel comfortable playing in front of Georgiev half the time anymore. They know if there's any mistake made, it's going in the back of the net.
Yep.
Then Wedgwood came in, made a few great stops, and suddenly the Avs just turned on the afterburners, and we're like, okay,
they're relaxed.
There's somebody back there now, so we can play our game.
It doesn't look good for Georgiev in the long term. But,
no, there's no way they can keep him around after this season.
Yeah.
But there's no way to get rid of him unless somebody gets absolutely desperate for a goalie at the trade deadline.
Well, you never know. It could happen.
But we're the ones that are absolutely desperate. So,
so the Predators have managed to climb off the bottom of the Central, though.
Yep.
But by the dint of losing less games than the Hawks.
Yeah. And Bedard got left off of the 4 Nations.
He did.
There is some justice in the world.
Oh,
just because everybody says his name every 5 seconds doesn't automatically qualify him as one of the best players in the world.
No, absolutely not. I agree. It's a little bit too much hype at this point. So in the Pacific, the Knights and their NHL administrators and officials supporting them are at the top. Kings have won 5 in a row, though, and the Canucks are climbing back to where we kind of thought they would be.
Yeah.
Flames are surprising me, though. They're doing a little better than I thought they would.
They are, and it's weird because, like, it was, 3 years ago they were in the Western Conference Finals, or was it 4 years ago? Then they just crashed, and then, suddenly they just start looking good again. They're a very schizo team.
Thank you very much to our good friend WG. Canes lost. Boo. Isn't it maybe because they didn't they put a player on waivers? Who was it? Brendan Lemieux. Somebody like that. I don't know. Some guy that they're clearing a few guys out by the looks of it. So
they managed to beat the Avs a couple days ago.
They did, but I mean,
that was Thursday night.
Yeah, but losing to the Islanders is pretty poor. You have to say.
Yeah, but that Patrick Waz, he's a wily vet.
Thank you very much, WG, for that. Really appreciate it, Matt. And good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, so
and that's Ducks, where everything stands.
Indeed, the Ducks are now rooted to the bottom, which means they're bottom of the entire league, I think. Or
is it Chicago?
No, they're not.
The Ducks are
quite comfortable.
I mean, I figured it would have been the Canadiens or the Blackhawks, but the Preds are right down there too.
The Blackhawks at the bottom. What a shame.
Yes.
What a great
very sad. Well, Anaheim's still got 2 games in hand on half of those teams too, so they're realistically closer to 23 or 24th place.
Indeed. So I must admit my drive to the bottom in the fantasy league is working. I'm now 8th, about to slip below a bunch of other bots. I've even lost points today. For God's sake, what's going on?
There was a lot of points changing hands today.
Yeah, in fact, let's look at today's stats. Yeah, Mikey D is giving it a good shot, trying to keep up with you.
He's the first person outside of me to break 100, I think.
Yeah. Season totals. Mikey D is now broken 100, yep. Coach's 3rd, Tay is 4th. The bot Bill's expert team has maneuvered into 5th.
Yes, and we know how.
Yes, you tell us how that's happening.
Yeah, goals against average and save percentage.
Yeah.
If you click on, scroll down and look at those 2 categories in the other view. Just keep scrolling down. There. So if you do sort it by goalie games played, the bot has played a total of 10 games with his goalies. 7 of those were wins, and he managed to put up a 919 and a 2.2. Yeah. And the bot has never played a goalie again since getting there. So he took first place in the category and then just froze it.
And no one's going to beat that now.
Unless he actually plays his goalies at some point, the bot has first place in both of those spots. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be almost impossible for anybody else to, unless you have both of your goalies throw, back to back to back shutouts, they're not going to improve their numbers enough to get there.
I don't think we have a minimum games you have to play, just a maximum.
No, well, and it was the advice that I was giving. I think it was Mike just a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, that if your goalies do lock it in, that's what screwed me last year, was playing my goalies.
Yes,
I could have stopped at the halfway point and locked up those spots. The bot's just stopping a hell of a lot earlier than halfway. But he will have those 2 categories if it doesn't change
I'd
anything.
love to know how
So we're
these
all playing
bots.
for the 12 points and lower, not the 13 spot.
I'd love to know how these bots do that.
Yeah, I don't know what controls
How
their
does it control it?
moves
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. I notice in shutout terms, Cocho's ahead with 5.
Yeah, Cocho got 2 in one day, I think, and that
Yeah.
jumped him up to that 5
I
spot.
missed one because I wasn't paying attention. I could have had one I didn't get.
I've missed 2 or 3 this year already, and almost had one tonight. Those are really the hardest thing to get by far.
They are. So looking at the games played, though, Cocho has played the most games, probably quite a bit over on some categories.
Yep.
You're not too bad, given you're on top. 303 isn't the worst at this
Yeah,
point.
but it's still an overage for pretty much anybody in the 300s. We're still well over games allowed. So,
and I have gone whole days without playing anybody just to try, and yet I still can't seem to get some of them down to by enough. It's weird.
Well, and yeah, Smokey is Skinner's
Skinner. He could have
could get
have
a
another
shutout tonight because he does have him playing.
He could have another shutout. Absolutely. It's not showing me his number of games played, though. So
my problem sitting where I'm at, I mean, yes, I'm doing well in every category, but I've got individuals chasing me in every category that are probably going to catch me, and then I'll lose points in each of the categories. Like Smokey's almost got me on the goalie wins.
Yes.
He has played a few more goalie games than me, but I mean, in every single one of the categories where I'm way up there, there's an individual who is hunting me. It's not the whole, the whole league coming after me in specific categories. It's individuals. So I'm sure I will be brought down pretty quick.
I can assure you it's not me. I mean, I'm so pitiful in some of the scoring categories, it's ridiculous. I have tweaked my team.
Yeah, assists are bad.
Yeah, that is bad. And
shots on goal is bad too.
How bad is it? It's bad that
worst.
So bad that I am 12 below the pot above me. Shots on goal.
You're 220 behind where my team is, I think.
So I'm screwed. Yes. Anyway, well, you're well out on top. Still quite. You're 7.5 ahead right now.
At least most of our humans are beating all of the bots for the most part.
Only one bot, and I don't know how it does that goalie thing. And then, I mean, what kind of software can do that?
Yeah, it definitely has a strategy that it's implementing,
and it worked. I mean, he's not like he's doing badly in some of the other categories too.
Right.
Well done, Bill Bot. So that's the current standingy things. What have we got to play today? You want to talk about this Avs game, the Avs Sabres game?
The Sabres game? Sure. We can start with that. Let me get the video pulled up. So Tage Thompson at the beginning of this game was sitting on hat trick watch like 13 minutes into the game. Or no, 7 minutes into the game already. So we'll show a Tage Thompson goal because Tage has been lighting it up this year. Just got to figure out where the audio is going to come out.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Well, fun soundboards. Share that. Transition it.
Excuse me.
All right, so this is one of the early goals from Tage.
Yeah, as you were saying, he didn't make the cup for the Four Nations.
Yeah, he's leading the Sabres in scoring, I believe. And that was after being out for a little bit.
Yeah.
But Georgiev was just letting everything go through him.
Oh, that looked bad, yeah. He was flapping around.
Yeah, no idea.
Swimming.
5-hole goal. So, yeah, not pretty there. But then Colorado climbed all the way back.
I can't believe the splits he just did. That was amazing.
And managed to take the 5-4 win.
I just realized I'm not in this scene.
Sanity, look at this
I can fix that.
and he didn't even know that puck was coming from DeHaan.
Not that it matters.
Get it on net.
People can still hear me.
Look at the big push in Arturi, who's been battling all game long.
So it went to 4-0, and then
went to 4-0. We got a goal in the second, early in the second, to make it 4-1, and then we ended up with 4 unanswered in the third to take the game. Buffalo was shocked.
Oh, I'll bet they were. They're sick. That would be sick.
Their crowd was pissed. Have a 4-0 lead, like, what was it, 10 minutes into the game, and then end up having that.
They should be used to it by now.
You think so? But we saw a few of those type games this week. I mean, we talked about the other one tonight that, 3-0 and then blow it.
4-3 Boston. I've got one of the goals from that. Let's see if I can cue that up.
And the same thing was happening that night in another game. Only I think it was Florida, and Florida did not complete the comeback.
No. Hang on. Right, yes, I'll just set this up. So he is a rat. We all know he's a rat, but Marchand. But this was him getting, I think, the tying goal in the comeback.
It's a pretty nice goal.
Yeah, I mean, this is easy. He is good at that. He has got great vision, and he rarely misses when he gets that opportunity.
Yep.
He's still a rat, though.
Oh, yeah.
Never have you seen so many unwashed people in one place.
It was funny. They were talking to him about the Four Nations tournament and how it's going to be played in Boston. So you potentially have one guy from Boston is going to be on Team USA. One guy's going to be on Team Canada. And they were like, well, how do you think what do you think the split's going to be, for cheering and boos? And Marchand goes, well, it'll probably be weird to be booed in my own build. Well, no, I get booed in my own building.
That's right. He is funny. Yeah, he is funny. We mock him.
As much as I hate him, he
can be
is
funny.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, he'll be booed. He's used to it. Yeah.
He started to say that he doesn't. It'll be weird to get booed in his own building, and then was just like, I can't say that. Since we brought up Onanen getting traded to Nashville, this was, I think, his first game in Nashville. You can tell he hasn't made any friends there yet because his skate blade came off and nobody offered to help him.
Oh,
watch this.
Sad.
Because normally somebody will come over and, stick out the stick to pull you. He had to do the shuffle all the way to the bench.
Embarrassing.
By other players from his own team.
That's right.
Nobody offers to help him.
The poor fucker. Oh,
luckily, he's actually pretty good at moving without the skate blade.
He was quite adept there. Yeah, he's got good inner thigh strength.
Yeah, but I mean, that's got to feel bad when you're on a brand new team, your skate blade comes off, and nobody offers to help you get off the ice.
Maybe they liked Wedgwood a lot because he's a nice guy. So maybe they were pissed.
But I mean, the kid just got there. Kind of crazy though.
That's funny.
Normally, somebody's going to go help, especially since it was like a stoppage. It's not like it was during the middle of the play and somebody else was coming out of, would have been taken out of the play to get him over to the bench. He wouldn't have been going anyway.
Yeah, maybe they thought he was even if he's the e-bug, they would have done it.
Yeah.
Poor bugger. I mean, that's probably be in the changing rooms afterwards, sitting in the corner like this.
What was that all about? Why do you guys hate me so much?
Why you hate me? So I've only got $1 star thing. I know last week you were talking about Marchman, who
The Phantom high
perhaps
stick.
Perhaps has embellished a few things here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the poor guy gets picked on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he has scored what against the Jets, what could be the Dallas Stars goal of the year. Possibly. It certainly will be up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that one. The spinorama.
Just unbelievable.
Backhand after the spin.
And everyone in the Stars fans are going, who is that guy that's wearing Marchment's skin?
Right.
Like, normally he would have fallen over. There's a reason he's nicknamed Bambi, but Ottinger gets the assist. And then a lovely speculative pass there. With the spinorama, he even cues it up. He doesn't hit it first time. Gorgeous.
That was a good goal.
Was that Hellebuck? It was Hellebuck.
Yeah.
He's going to want to have that one back.
Didn't make me happy since he's my goalie.
Exactly. So, Marchment, yes, a divisive player.
Indeed.
Some people hate him for the shenanigans, and other people just hate him. So he divides people in two camps. I don't hate him. Well done, Mush. He's having a great season.
Well, that would be a third camp.
That would be a third camp.
The third camp is you don't hate him.
Yeah.
That's the smallest camp of
That's the smallest camp.
So since we had a nice long talk about embellishment last week, and we brought up Marchment, this was Zadorov, I believe, tonight. Another embellishment type situation. Zadorov's stick does touch him. Oh, no, it wasn't tonight. It must have been a couple nights ago. But Zadorov's stick does touch the guy's hand, but he starts, like overplaying it to the ref and everything. Okay. And here's what Zadorov had to say about that. And also, Zadorov gets a little bit of payback on him for being a little bitch. That doesn't sound very loud or at all.
It doesn't.
Let me redo that real quick.
It hasn't transitioned for me.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Let's try it again then.
I don't like when the guy's shaking his hand. I barely touch his hand, so I think that's got to get out of the league. Like it's a men's league, like we all get slashed, we all in pain, but you don't go like this and show the referee you get slashed. So I think it's just a little bit disrespectful. So I went after him.
I know. Stop playing into the refs. Yeah.
So the beginning is where Zadorov barely touches him with the stick on the hand, and the guy, takes the hand off the stick and starts, doing this kind of thing with it.
Yeah, like we all get slashed.
It's embellishment, but Zadorov went and gave him a nice cross check to the back, so he paid him back for it.
Part of the game, cross checking to the back, isn't it?
And then we had one other thing, our favorite Torts.
One thing I teach my team to do is not dive. Maybe I should start teaching them that. The way this has gone here, the way it goes on, maybe I should start teaching them how to dive.
Yes.
So I believe this is a rookie that
one thing I teach my team to do is not dive.
Maybe
I should start teaching them that.
After the play,
the way
this is nope, that's not how we do it. So he cross-checks
maybe I should start
pretty
teaching
hard
him how to dive.
a few times.
Oh.
And then the Flyers come in and go after McAvoy. But
I think, was there a little bit more?
There probably was, but I did not find that clip.
Yeah, because
I'm sure there was a little bit more scrum going on.
I think there was. Torts himself, did talk a little bit more, I think, as well.
Yeah, I just found the...
you had the side-by-side view, yeah.
Yeah, I just found the TikTok version that had been put out there. I'm not getting any audio, though. Maybe it doesn't have audio.
Can't hear that?
Mm-mm.
It's up.
So Torts is not happy with dives.
There's no cheating.
you rarely get towards saying he's proud of his team for anything.
I know. He's undisciplined, yes.
Yeah.
He's always good value.
Yep.
Gotta love him.
So I think it was last week, we played a clip from Grabenkin. He's a guy that just came over, doesn't know a whole lot of English. And in that first game, he learned the words back check, forward check, and paycheck. So they interviewed him after this most recent game, and he's learned a little bit more English. So we'll see if you can make out what he's saying here. I think the volume's a bit loud, so I'm gonna crank it back down a little bit. But where did my screen go? There it is. So this is post-game interview talking about him playing a little bit rough, even though the game was down to like the last 3 minutes and the game was well in hand. So
is important, even though the game was almost over, to still finish a hit, even in that moment at the end of the game.
Last second the game.
Yeah.
And game don't done. You know.
Right.
I stay ice, you stay ice. I play, you play. Don't stop, don't relax. You play NHL, you understand. I kill you, you kill me. It's business, you know. Yeah, no problem.
It's funny.
He's learning the English. I kill you, you kill me.
It's just when he said don't stop, I was hoping he'd say thinking about tomorrow afterwards.
Right. But yeah, I like the attitude. If you're going to be on the ice, expect to still be playing the game.
Yeah, no, he's good. Personally, that sounds a lot better than most of the interviews we hear.
Yeah, well, he's actually answering the question and just instead of the coached, empty platitudes that they do.
So welcome to Canadian Spider-Man. Hey chat, if we become the 51st state, then we can have all of our Canadian players back, pay them in USD. That's true. All the Canadian players could start playing in Canada again.
Yeah. And get taxed with the U.S. tax rate.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. They'd still want to. A lot of them would still want to play in the warmer states. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's ice hockey.
It is ice hockey.
Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug. This is not anything. It's not a play or anything. This is. Let me just pause. I wish it would pause. It keeps trying to play. This is Jacob Trouba.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jacob Trouba. Patrick Laney.
Oh,
beg my pardon. Patrick Laney turning up at the Montreal Canadiens. Apparently, his lower body was dipped in a large vat of blue paint.
Right. Going with that half and half suit.
That's right. I mean,
looking like Jordan Peterson.
He looks like he's flying for a Canadian airline, like he's a steward, air steward.
Yeah.
The hat doesn't really look in place. But yeah, that's quite the look.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
This is an interesting one, but he doesn't look particularly comfortable either, I guess, because he's going to such a crappy team. But there you go.
It's true.
He's been bounced around a lot. So, we talked. So the talk there about it's a men's league. Well, the women can hit pretty hard too. This is, I have no idea, but it's the women's. I guess it's the women's.
The PWHL.
Yeah, PWHL. This is a monster hit. Except it's illegal.
Yeah, it looked really across the chin.
It is right to the head. Wait till you see it from a different angle.
She looks a little bit woozy.
She does. Here you go. Look at this. Right to the head.
Yep. Got the elbow up. Everything.
The fairer sex, indeed. So, they were talking about the penalty for that. Mm-hmm. 5-minute major reduced on review to a 2-minute minor.
Interesting. So they're starting off with the let's not worry about the CTE stuff. Well, the NHL is trying to get it under control.
Yeah, so 2-minute minor for that. That was a deliberate elbow to the head at speed.
At that point, that player may be saying, worth it.
A 2-minute minor probably was worth it. I think there might have been some post-game supplementary discipline.
You would think so.
I think there's a couple of games maybe, but so maybe the women's game has some stuff going on in it, you know?
Yeah. Since WG's here, I do have a weird thing from one of the Canes games versus the Islanders. So I don't like this call at all. We'll show it and then we can kind of break it down, but the announcers kind of break it down for us. But it's a horrible, horrible call.
Goes Kochetkov coming out. Lee can't quite get there. Penalty coming against Anders Lee.
I don't know why.
I'm sorry, guys. That's not a penalty.
That's terrible.
And you'll see Anders Lee, there's a play on the puck, and Kochetkov comes towards him, too. It's not like Anders goes out of his way anyway at all.
They're going to give a penalty to the goaltender, too.
Okay, that's okay then.
If I'm reading the hand signals right from Eric Furlat, he pointed in a circle, which usually means somebody on the ice has to serve. This replay.
You know what, guys? They might have to.
He actually tries to.
Well, there's no penalty there at all.
It's a race to the puck.
Sideways.
Just because a goalie gets
Watch Anders Lee.
There's a race for the puck.
They're looking up here to the left.
Well, he's well out of his crease. I mean,
where's he supposed to go?
Yeah, well, the goalie kept coming.
I love the punch after the fact. That's my favorite part of the play.
That's pussy behavior by that goalie. I mean, it's
I do not see anything that should be called a penalty.
No,
there on either guy.
I mean, he's well out of his crease.
It was a 50-50 puck.
Yeah.
The goalie actually ends up poke checking the puck. He won the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody else is going to take that hit too if you're going for a 50-50 puck and
What's
just reach
Anders
for the
Lee
poke.
supposed to do? Where is he supposed to go?
Yeah.
He's got every right to challenge for that.
I sometimes do not like the amount that they baby goalies in this league.
That's terrible.
I mean, if anything, don't call the penalty. Let the teams police themselves. If they thought it was a bad hit on their goalie, they're going to let it be known.
Yeah.
So, little controversy in that one.
Indeed.
At least I thought so.
Well, no, it's. I feel bad for Anders Lee there. Totally. No
He
penalty.
was just like, "What the hell do you mean? There's a
what am I supposed
penalty
to do?
on me?
What else could I do?"
And I don't like the. Well, they also called the penalty on the goalie. So.
Yeah.
So what? Why does that make it better?
Yeah, and he didn't deserve one either.
Right.
Well, not for the initial Anders Lee incident.
Maybe
for
punching
throwing
a punch when he's got his goalie equipment on, because you're not allowed to hit with the blocker.
Yeah. So, a little bit of coaching news was that Anders Sorensen became the first Swedish-born head coach in NHL history. He has got the required baldness, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there. Little known fact, though, that before he became a head coach at the was it Blackhawks or wherever it is, Blackhawks, he was actually working for the New York Rangers. And this is him with Henrik Lundqvist. Can you hear that?
I still haven't gotten audio from any of your videos.
Can anybody out there hear that? It's hitting my stream. So.
Okay. If they can hear it, that's perfect. Because I've seen that commercial plenty of times too, anyway.
You try that. Hang on. I want to try it again just in case. I had to reset everything up because.
A little bit here. White jersey, blue. We recently hired a world-renowned chef in the cafeteria.
Yes.
But the only person who seems to understand him is Henrik Lundqvist.
So this was his job before he got head coach.
Henrik, what did he say? He said today's specials are pickled herring and blood quart. Blood quart?
You know, we're a global company. It's about time our menu reflected that.
I'll just have a hamburger.
So he'll definitely have a great job. Sorry, the audio wasn't working earlier. He'll have a great career as a head coach after that training.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Although he's head coach of the Blackhawks, so...
So he's screwed for a while anyway.
It's a learning curve. Yeah. So what else have we got?
I've got no real fights this week, but I do have a few big hits. And one was a double hip check almost. We'll play that one second.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, it was a weird one because one guy gets hit and takes out his own teammate after he gets hit. So we'll check that one next. But here is just a monster hit.
Week before he has to go to Team Canada's Canada.
Transitioned.
At least he cleared the record at 56 games. We'll see
Sometimes
if
that button doesn't seem to want to work.
Hockey game.
Yeah. All right, let's see that.
At least he cleared the record at 56 games. We'll see if Easton Cowan returns to the
Not sure who got the worst of that
one.
Well, I know that was they both came out of that badly.
I think the guy delivering the hit actually
was 56 games. We'll see if Easton Cowan
a little bit more damage than the guy that had the puck.
Yep. Broke his hip.
So we had that, and then here, this one I just thought was funny.
In the Ottawa man advantage, Stützle turns on the Jets.
Gets flipped, flips his own guy.
Dumps into the corner. The Ducks
Oh, it
clear
is not playing.
That's old-time hockey right there from
You can hear it, though.
Why is this not
I
playing
don't know.
nice tonight?
It's weird, isn't it?
All right, let's try that again.
In the Ottawa man advantage, Stützle turns on the Jets, and the hip check by Gudas dumps into the corner. The Ducks clear it away.
That's old-time hockey right there from.
And
That's
that's
a
a
real
real
dump.
player.
Yeah, dumps. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I liked it.
In the Ottawa man
See it
advantage,
one more
There you
Stützle turns on the
go.
Jets, and the hip
Oopsie
check
daisy.
by Gudas
Everybody's
dumps into
just
the
collapsing
corner.
down the
The
ice.
Ducks clear it away.
That's old-time hockey right there from.
Goodness, my
Yep,
sweet
so-
prince.
That's pretty much what I've got this week.
Yeah, a couple of fights.
I didn't find a whole lot of fights that were worth actually.
Well, there's not many worth watching, but this is a Matt Rempe down in the AHL.
Okay.
It's
didn't
not
look
the
at any
greatest.
AHL
It's not
videos.
not the greatest of fights, but it's quite amusing because I think he's well outmatched.
Half taller.
In his third career AHL game, McCarthy looking for his first career goal. He fired it into traffic and struck the iron, and then Rempe, a big hit,
So,
and Felix
there's a
immediately
little bit of a size difference.
with the
Yeah, a
right.
little bit.
He'll get tangled up in the
I
corner.
think Rempe's doing his best to
There was
not
a penalty
really.
coming immediately on Rempe. You got to wonder if Felix is going to get an
It's like
instigator on
roughhousing with a
Rempe.
grandchild or
Gets the right hand
something.
free.
Yeah.
It's firing away on Felix, who's hanging on for dear life. And now
But
the
I'm not
official's
sure
gonna
the
get in there
initial
and
hit
break it
was
up.
legal either.
There's a boarding call coming against Rempe.
Let's
So,
take a look at
That's
it.
what
Yeah.
I
in his
thought.
third
It should be a
career
boarding
AHL
call.
game, McCarthy looking for his first career goal.
Here it comes.
He fired it into traffic and struck the
Oh,
iron.
yeah.
And then Rempe, a big hit, and Felix immediately drops his gloves and hammers.
There's a reason he should be pissed.
Yeah, it was boarding. Yes, but
Rempe's got to stop trying to just injure people. If he wants to play in the league, he's got to get himself under a little
well,
bit of
he's
control.
down in the minors. So
Yeah, but they keep calling him up.
it's,
Bring him up, send him back down over and over.
yeah. So I got a couple of. This is an OHL fight.
No, you really had to mind.
Got a piece of it in front of the net. Bruce Deveridge got a piece of it in front of the net.
That looks like
Oh, it's the same one, but I've got the fight after it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Cowan
I think.
at the
Yeah, it was the same hit.
No, it's
Doesn't
just
look
a
like
hit.
Shoresy
He has
Sorry.
to go to Team Canada's camp. At
thought
least
I had a
he
fight as well. But
cleared the record at 56 games. We'll see if Easton Cowan returns to tonight's hockey game.
I beg your pardon, it's the same one.
As Buckley comes up and he comes in contact with the head. As you can see, their heads bang off of each other on the play.
Let's see, I've got this one.
I think I'll open a Buffalo Trace.
I think you should. The Buffalo Trace goes around and around. So we have another one. I think this is the AHL.
And now he's going to have a dance partner on the big hit by Stefan Galloway.
Oh no, it's the Marlies.
Guy has to get into fights. His name is Julie.
That's right. A girl named Sue, a boy named Sue. Look at this guy in the crowd. Typical Toronto name.
It's actually Ollie, but every now and then when he spins around, it looks like a J instead of an A.
That's right. Not a bad tilt, but it's just a guy in the crowd that cracks me up.
Yeah. Getting super excited about that.
Super excited. He's got to be from Toronto. Before he goes home to his mother's basement. I think I might only have one more fight, and that would be it. The hit that actually starts, if this is the one I'm thinking of, the hit that starts it off is pretty...
Pull it in deeper.
Boom.
Power up the boards has a safety valve in Karlstrom. And now Maggio up ice. Behind the play, there's an Islander hurt. As the play goes offside at the Seabird line in center ice now. Helgeson and Peterson gonna square off toe-to-toe.
There's a lot of high-pitched screaming when it started.
The veteran of now over 1,000 penalty minutes.
A lot of minors action this week. He's got him over the... It was the initial hit. I thought, well, I don't know if it was related to it, but the hit at the beginning of the clip was quite neat.
Yeah.
Helgeson was the one in the neutral zone who stood up.
Boom. Yeah. Which I think is a fair hit.
Those boards good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was, completely legal. Sounds like somebody was hurt though.
Yeah, they obviously got hurt, but it was a legal hit. I thought so. So that was it. Yeah.
So that's. I've got one more that is an actual nice play because sometimes we like to see the good plays. Unfortunately, it's a guy named Bennington, so we're not going to praise him too much, but this was a hell of a save.
Going wide, in on goal, rebound. What a save by Bennington on
Better on this one.
Call the cops, call the FBI.
Can't argue with that.
Save by Bennington. Travis Konechny drives to the net.
The initial save, rebound.
Shoved, and then Couturier has the puck.
Nice. Oh, that is sweet.
Go, gadget arm.
As much as I hate Bennington, you got to give him props when he makes a save like that.
Yeah. Well, he is the greatest goaltender that the world has ever or will ever see.
In his own mind.
In his own mind. And in the mind of the media at one point. But yeah, I got to give him props for that. That was astounding. That's proper goaltending. Actually dived for a save.
Yeah,
well played.
But if they had made the goal, it would have been called goaltending interference because he got bumped right before the shot happened.
Yeah.
The fact that he actually jumped back across was actually kind of nice.
I mean,
yeah, we found out
goaltender interference.
So my daughters went down to my parents' house for Thanksgiving. We stayed here, but my whole side of the family was down there, so they got to hang out with their cousins. Some of their cousins are from St. Louis. So my youngest, was talking to him about hockey. Who's your favorite player? Every one of them. Bennington. It's like, no. So, I mean, they're all little, but my daughter had to restrain herself from destroying Bennington in front of these little 7 and 8 year old kids.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I would give them a 10-minute tirade about how that's a bad thing.
She showed some restraint. And the family continues to speak. So
okay, fair enough. It's sometimes you have to be restrained. Yes, that's true. But once they're a little older, she can mock them for it.
Oh yeah. Once they hit the tweens and teens, she can.
Yeah, and she mercilessly rip the shit out of them. Yeah. So yeah, that was it for the clips.
Yep, that's all I got.
Yeah, Oilers are beating the Blues 3-1 with 8:54 left in the third. Can't see them losing, even though the Blues have pulled one back.
Seems unlikely.
Seems unlikely. So that's how that will end, I think.
There's still 9 minutes, 8 minutes though.
You never know. I'd love to see it.
And the Blues are on a power play right now.
True. Oh, well, they had a couple of shots, but
just don't want to see it go to overtime and both of them get a point.
Exactly. It's got to be a win. Clean win. In regulation. Yeah, the Oilers will probably win that. So, yeah, there it was. My throat survived the first stream.
Yep.
And I'm going to be hitting the sack soon.
And I've got to prepare for tomorrow morning where I've got to get a new intro because the UFC keeps claiming my bullpen intro. And actually blocking the video, not just trim this out. Like it's a full block on the
full
video.
Global block, yeah. I don't know about you, but I use my video editing software has a bunch of music with it. And I never used to have a problem with it, but now they've started claiming those on YouTube, even though I'm entitled to use them. For 4 years, and they never did that. Now they're claiming it, so I've got to
just put the license for the music in the thing in the description.
Well, there's a code that you can put in, but sometimes I put it in and they just ignore it. So then I've never had a problem with the disputes. They always get accepted, but it's just another annoying step,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mine's not the music. It's just the fact that we show about a 2.5-minute clip of Trump walking down to the ring with everybody during that UFC fight that he attended. So.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'll figure out something else to throw in
you'll
for
do
video.
It. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, you could try and manipulate that audio and video in some way, but they seem to be able to. Doesn't matter what, you can reverse it, you can put filters on it. It still knows that's what it is. So
yeah, especially when I've already been dinged twice. So
bastards.
So yeah, in 12 hours and 7 minutes, we'll have the bullpen going, talking some politics. There's a lot of stuff to talk about this week, so it should be a very, very interesting show.
Indeed,
we'll be breaking down the Pete Hegseth stuff and a few other things that have been going on.
It looks like some of the rhinos are being coerced to get into line there.
They better be. We already gave them their sacrifice in Matt Gaetz, so they better. If they try to take down Hegseth, then the whole thing starts tumbling apart. So
yeah,
we'll talk about it.
Can't be allowed. And then this whole Syrian thing's a bit weird because once again, albeit a dictator, was being overthrown by forces probably supplied and aligned by certain intelligence agencies in the West.
Yep.
Same as Libya, Iraq, whatever. And then it just results in horrible chaos.
And Trump has flat out stated, stay out of it.
Yep.
It's an internal problem. Let them deal with it.
Well, the other interesting one was the Romanian election, which was very decisive in favor of one guy, one party. And somehow a court has overturned it because why not?
Shocking.
So,
because the world is chaos.
To save democracy, they overturned a democratic election.
You got to do it every time.
Indeed. The world is a chaotic place for sure. But anyway, so bullpen tomorrow morning, and then the week will unfold as normal, I suppose.
Yep. Same thing as every other week for me. So we'll see about doing Culture Show tomorrow night. I'm not sure. He's been on and off. He's been having some migraines and stuff, so we'll see.
Well, if he's on, I'll be there. Yeah, I got to get back into the groove. I will be doing a show Wednesday on my channel. I just haven't decided if it will have a theme or whether it will be just switch the camera on and we'll all chat. So if it's a theme, I got to prepare.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate you all, as usual, sticking with us. Next week, hopefully, I'll be fully on top of my game.
Back into the swing of things.
Back in the swing of things. I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a movie.
I'm feeling it 2 a.m. every night.
The Blues have scored again, so it's 3-2 now. It's going to overtime. You can just bet on it.
Feels like it with 7 minutes left.
Anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
And we'll give you an intro as an outro.